don't do the, do the polite clap during theirs, but we can clap a little louder. I didn't say stop. I didn't say stop. And the reason I do that, guys, is for engagement, right? Because my purpose here is to make sure that you're engaged in what's about to go on, right? So you're not drifting. I got to make sure that you're present and understanding this here, purpose. Sometimes it goes through my mind like it may seem like I'm unprepared, but the way I perform the best is to speak from the heart. So literally, we're driving here and 10:01 hits the clock. And I said, man, like purpose. Like that was the message that popped into my head. Yeah, I had some things on my mind that I wanted to speak about, but at 10, purpose. And I looked at, it was 10:01. And I said, I want to keep this picture here for a second because this picture here indicates something to me. So this is me. We do a podcast. We have a MooreMotivation podcast that we deliver every Monday morning. And in this picture here, this is probably one of the only times that I smile without people telling me, oh, smile for the picture. Like, smile for the picture. And it's really not because I'm about to speak on the podcast, not the actual speaking, but it's about impacting lives. Like when it comes to impacting lives, I'm ready to perform. Like when it comes to impact, this is the feeling I get every time I get a chance to impact lives. So on the way here, I said, you know what? I'm going to leave this picture here for a second because this is what it's about. Right. So when I have that opportunity, I think about this when I say purpose, like, yeah, we face a lot of no's. Like people don't always agree with what we say. Like there's a lot of times where we're trying to accomplish something and it doesn't go our way. Like, but there's never a time where I think about quitting. Like there's never a time when I think about giving up when I'm in my purpose. Because that's the first thing that people do. Like when you guys are talking about having these messages about impacting lives and trying to create change, as soon as a lot of people hear no, they say, I'm not doing that. It's not worth it. But the question of the day is, were you living your purpose? Like, were you living these things that you have in these speeches before today? Before today, because the most important part about today is not today. The most important part is, were you living that way before you decided to give this speech? Like the speech ain't going to change nobody's life. The speech is not going to make the stakeholders make a decision. Like they got to feel something from your heart when you speak. Like that's the thing that evokes change. Like you got to speak from your heart. You got to speak with purpose. Because if you just come in, I'm just telling you, hey, it is what it is. If you just coming up here to give another speech to try to win a prize, you're going to accomplish the prize without any other change. So you got to decide what you're here for. Like, are you here because somebody said we got a couple prizes to give out and we're going to play a little bit of bingo? Like, or do you really want change? So the question is, and even hearing Jessie speak when she said, like, the most important part of her conversation to me is the reason why she does all the extracurriculars. Did you hear the reason why she does it? For what? For her brother. Like for her brother. Like, so she's telling me that she was living this before she even decided to coordinate the event. Like, how many of you are living like that? Right? How many of you are really living like, and I want to hear it like, and we don't have time to really stay the entire time, but I want to hear it in the speeches that you give. I can tell whether you living in your purpose or if you wrote something down because you heard something on the news and you said, oh, well, that sounds important. Let me write about it and tell somebody about that. Ain't no change going to happen from that. So my challenge to you is to live this thing out. Like if you really want change, it's time to live it. Right? Talk about things that you live. And it's so easy. It flows so smoothly and nobody will ever get you to quit. You understand what I'm saying? Like this message ain't just for the kids because adults do the same thing. Like she said, coach, mentor, I believe you have it. It's my job to get it out of you. It's my job to get you engaged. So for this next few hours that you locked into this message. If you not, I didn't do my job. Because I'm in competition too. I'm in competition with myself every time I show up. What I say is they gave me 10 minutes. It got to be the most important 10 minutes of the day. I don't care who's speaking after me. I don't care if it's a kid, a baby, a grandmother. I don't care. This got to be the most important 10 minutes. Because I know my job is to make sure that you're listening to them. My job is to make sure that when that first speaker comes up, he's speaking from the heart and he's locked in. She's locked, like she's ready to go. Like that's my job. And if they not, I'm going to be like, man, I didn't do my job well enough. Let me go back to the drawing board. I'm not going to quit. I'm going to make sure I'm better the next time. Like how many of you as kids or adults are built like that? Because I want you to think about this. Like you ever hear someone talking to you and the information that they're talking about is very important, right? You care about the people. The information that they're talking about is very important, but it never moves you. It never evokes any change. It's important information. Why? Because you know they don't live it. You just telling me something that anybody could have told me. I heard this morning on the news. Why am I going to change because you tell? It's very important. It ain't coming from the heart. Like the person that's receiving that information can tell. And again, you don't want the feedback to be some, oh, well, okay, thank you. Good job. You want the feedback to be acting. CT, speech and what? Action. Speech and action. A lot of times, listen, I'm not telling you don't worry about winning a prize. That's pretty cool. But the prize here is not financial. The prize is not financial. Like I said, that's a good incentive. Unfortunately, when we're doing things like that, that's the only thing that's going to draw speakers to write a powerful speech. You really think I'm going to sit over there and believe what you're saying? I can tell if you in it for the money or if you in it for change. I can tell just by listening to you. I can meet you and have a conversation and tell how much you care about the thing you're talking about. Because I pay attention. And the people that's making the decisions, they pay attention. They know the difference. Right? They know the difference. So that's the message I want to leave you with here today, guys. Like I need us to maximize our abilities, right? And that starts with being prepared. I know for a fact that our speakers are ready, right? And I know for a fact that the stakeholders here, they're ready to listen. But I need you. I told you my job here for this 10 minutes is to make sure that you're 100% engaged in what's going on. You're not drifting off. Like you understand the power and what's going on. Like that's what we do at MooreMotivation. Like I said, every Monday morning, our job is to get you off to a great start. How can you dominate? Like I'm here to make sure you dominate your space. Don't walk up here and don't be prepared to dominate. Learn how to own your space. Like that's what I'm here for, to make sure that you understand. She said it in the message, in the intro. I believe you have what it takes. It's my job to make sure I get it out of you. And here's the deal. I know this for a fact. There are parents in here like, man, I can't wait to go do something else. I'm about to go dominate. I can't wait to get to the gym. I'm about to go dominate. I can't wait to get to that next event. I'm going to dominate. Like these messages for the youth as well as the adults. Like that's my job, and I'm glad I had the opportunity. This thing got put together from my standpoint in the past week and a half. Jesse sent us a message via email. I'm on vacation, and the next thing you know, I hit our project manager. I said, "Hey, she's asking about this," and listen to this. We said impact. We said yes right away. We got this. Does this fit on the schedule? Am I free on that Saturday when I get back? We're going to figure out a time to drive down here, take this hour drive to make sure we impact the lives of the people in the audience. Right? So I just want to make sure you guys enjoy this day. Like find the worth in it. Right? Remember, it's not the financial prize. That's not the important part of here. The winner of the day might not win a prize. The winner of the day, they might not be handed any money at the end. Right? But their message might influence the stakeholders to say, yeah, that's important. I felt what he was saying. All right. So, hey, guys, enjoy the rest of the day. Here's just some brief information if you want to take down. I know some of you got your phones, some of you don't. These are podcasts and the other types of information. But I appreciate you guys, and you guys have a great, wonderful rest of the day.